some of whom couldn't be here in person, have contributed towards a slide presentation in his honor. And so we weren't able to project it big enough for everyone to see it simultaneously. So hopefully when you all come up to congratulate Gerry, then you can check it out at that time. So I just want to say that Gerry has been a long-term collaborator and mentor of mine. We got our first grant together in 2007, and we had several grants together. And Gerry and I have not always seen eye to eye. In fact, Gerry has been very publicly vocal about his opinions about my work, which have not always been positive. But I really appreciate his refreshing honesty. And I really just appreciate the fact that he's been a great friend and collaborator.
I don't have what's on the website of Gerry.
I think that we all really appreciate Gerry for how he has put his heart and soul into CSCL. And I don't think we could ever have an editor-in-chief of that journal who would be as dedicated as Gerry. And I really believe that when he steps down, we'll need to replace him with two people. Even then, I think they won't have as much dedication and heart and soul put into it as Gerry has. So I'm going to let some other people say a few words before I present him with his gifts. So first I'd like to call up Gerhard Fischer. Gerhard, are you here? Okay.
You can't.
This is my work. Well, very briefly, so I met Gerry in the late 1980s when he came to Boulder and worked with us in our Center for Lifelong Learning. And even after he left in 2002, we closely collaborated on publications and NSF research grants in CSCL 2002. And if some of you have recently heard me giving a talk, I often said, I want to think that the attribute teacher and learning is not an attribute of a person, but an attribute of a context. And I think that was very much the case between Gerry and me. I very quickly noticed that I could learn a lot from him. I learned a lot from him about philosophy, social theories, and so it wasn't that he was a PhD student at the time and I was the advisor. We were sort of from the very beginning, and I'm glad that this goes on.
Take it on yours, and then you can mail it to me.
And to be brief, sometimes I also compare that we have, some of us have biological children and intellectual children. And I think as we are proud that our biological children succeed and become in the end smarter than we are. So I think the same holds from my point of view with our intellectual children. And again, I would group Gerry into this category that he is now smarter than I am. And I wish him good luck that he can increase his deep insights in his retirement.
Next, I'd like to call up Tim Koshman. Where's Tim?
I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
This is the best we can do. I've known Gerry for a lot of years since he was a graduate. Pointed right at me. How's that? One short anecdote that I would share. After we had the second CSCL meeting in Toronto, there was some concern about whether there would be a third meeting and where that meeting would be if we had one. And I talked to Gerhard first, and then Gerry, and I asked those guys if they would be willing to take it to Boulder. And they never hesitated. They said right away. Gerry was the program chair. And for those of you, some of you old timers, who went to that meeting, you know that it was an extraordinary success. But in some sense, we owe the tradition of the CSCL meetings to those guys, because we could have very well have been a two-meeting community. We could have had two meetings and run out of steam. And so those guys kept us alive at a point where we were in a very fragile state. So with that, I just want to say congratulations to Gerry, well deserved.
So I know. Met Gerry during my stay in Gothenburg for like postdoc, and what I remarked, I think first of all is unique, because today when everybody is very specialized, we have a very deep specialization in innovation. Gerry is unique in the sense that he has a broad horizon. Is mastering also philosophy, computer science, computer intellection, and I think for me this day in Drexel was, let's say, one of my most important experiences of my life. And what I also remarked is that during the work in BMT, I met a lot of people which Gerry worked with from different parts of the world. There were, for example, Johan from Colombia, Murat from Turkey, because from Singapore, from China, Romania, of course the States, and it was great. It was atmosphere which I will not forget. So I thank Gerry for all this wonderful moments. Thank you.
Gerry had no idea this was happening.
So finally, I'd like to call up Sean Goggins.
Ask him to be quiet.
Hey everybody! I met Gerry Stahl in 2007, but before that I downloaded his book Group Cognition when I was a second-year doc student at the University of Missouri, and I read it and I was really influenced by it pretty heavily. All of my work is very heavily influenced by Gerry's work, and when I gave my first professional talk in 2007, Gerry, I asked him to ask a question because I figured it would be a hard one, and it was. And I worked with Gerry at Drexel for 4 years. He was a great mentor, helped me get funding, helped me figure out how to publish. Never did publish an CSCL submission yet, but I really enjoyed working with Gerry and the privilege of his tutelage. So thank you, Gerry.
So now we just like to, did you want to say one part?
I would like to say something about the journal, founding the journal, and its presentation I did together with the professor, and this presentation is in two cultures clash. So it started 10 years ago when we were doing together with Kushner, and you talked about group cognition and about magic moments, and we said, how to measure it? if you can measure, it doesn't exist. Now 10 years later, we managed to measure these kind of energy movements. And our data are the journal, articles in the journals, and we analyzed, we made very complex analysis. We, for example, saw that 200 articles were published, 800 articles were submitted. You had to sign about 2,000 videos, and we calculated how many time it took from you. And we trained on about 130,000 videos. And we thought, what you have done during that time? You could have done 10 cups of coffee, you could have made much hiking over there what you did. So our conclusion is that having this kind of analytics is much more convincing than just positive aspects. And our conclusion is that it did great work for the journal and for the whole community.
So we wanted Gerry to know that this reception in his honor was from the whole society, so the whole board has signed your card, and you can read that later. I also brought you some special chocolates from Pittsburgh to remind you of your many visits to Pittsburgh, and also just some chocolate for every celebration. We made your slide presentation into a book that you can refer to that has nice memoirs from many of your collaborators. And then these are just a few sentimental gifts you'll see with some messages to help you. Remember that now that you're retired, you really should be taking some time out to enjoy life with your beautiful, wonderful wife and just to be happy. And so thanks for everything.
This was great and totally unexpected, of course. I would have been embarrassed to allow these slides. But the greatest thing about this is just looking out at the CSCL audience and realizing how many of you I've collaborated with over the years. Over 20 years it is now of CSCL conferences. And of course, Gerhard was my mentor as a graduate student. Tim came to Boulder, and I took my first CSCL course from Tim Konchman. And we had, at the VMT project in Drexel, we had great graduate students like Barat, and we had tremendous visitors from around the world, like Stefan, and several others, some of whom are here today. And there's just been so many collaborations and interactions with all of you that are going to continue, I hope, for a long time. Because I haven't retired from CSCL, just from getting paid for the work. So thank you all.